Now, last week I took you to my local Lowe so we could see what kind of plant starts, vegetable starts, and garden supplies they had. And I'm doing the same with you today for Tractor Supply. I went to my local Tractor Supply yesterday so that I could find out exactly what they had to offer in the way of vegetable starts and how they compared with my local Lowe's. And so you'll see right here as we dive in to what's in my local Tractor Supply. Hope you enjoy. Here we have some blueberry bushes from Proven Winners. They had quite a lot of those in stock and they had different varieties. These are $29.99 per pot and they look to be very healthy. Then you've got some smaller ones down below. There were a ton of these at this particular location, and if you're looking for blueberry bushes, those are definitely here. And we have yet another variety here for you to check out. Lots of them. I am not a blueberry expert, but they had tons of them. These are your grow lights. They are outside, away from the seed starting equipment, I noticed. So there's no seed starting equipment outside in this outdoor area, but that is actually where the grow lights are. And these are extremely expensive. I would not buy them. As you can see here, there's a close-up of the prices. You had full spectrum and partial spectrum lights, super expensive. Now these are some tomato or pepper cages for $2.49. I cannot vouch for how durable they are, but they seem to be a pretty good starter price for folks. You had some 20% off plants here. These look to be some of these blueberry bushes that are on special. So they definitely had some specials rocking at the store. And here we have yet again, these are some blueberry bushes with lots of blooms on them. So they looked like they were getting ready to bear some fruit, and they really had a ton of these here for you. I suspect that if you wanted to create a beautiful blueberry bush area in your yard, or you wanted to add to what you already had, this would be the place to come. They also had figs. Now that was a treat. I have never grown figs before, but they definitely had those. These are some raspberry canes, and they look pretty vigorous. I'm again no raspberry expert. Love to eat them, but they look good. And yet again, more blueberry bushes. So try to get a close up here. These flowers are so cute, and you can just imagine them as an individual blueberry cluster. Super yummy to eat. And again, you're ready to rock and roll if this is what you want. $27.99 seems expensive, but hey, they're ready to go. And here's a little mushroom friend I found in some of our raspberry bushes. These are strawberries. I believe they're ever-bearing strawberries, about the same price as the ones that we saw at Lowe's, but the ones from Lowe's, these are more Tractor Supply focused because I saw these here at Tractor Supply last year and they're different from the Bonnie ones. So they actually look like they might be, a better deal. They might be a little more established. So maybe come here for these. Here's the fertilizer wall. A lot of the same brands that we saw before, lots of Espoma, lots of Dr. Earth. You do also have your Miracle Grow products, as you could imagine. They've got everything you need. The selection's not quite as large as what you'll find at some other stores, but they've got all the bases covered. So lots of products here. And the tool wall was huge. I just had to make sure I got a picture of this for you. If you are looking, now I'm sure most of these are regular price now. I don't see many deals going on, but if you need pitchforks, post hole diggers, rakes, you can cut limbs off of your trees. You've got all kinds of spades and pitchforks, shovels, you name it, they've got it all for you. So we've also got fruit trees here. This is the indoor apple. You got indoor apple bushes or apple trees. You have raised bed gardening mix that I thought was interesting, and they have lots of very sturdy seed starting kits. I was pretty impressed with these. These are Burpee seed starting kits, and they have tons of sizes and they're very rigid and they'll last you a while. There's like a 16 count, a 36 count, and I got a little more of a close up here. These are pop out cells. They're reusable. I grabbed hold of these. They're really sturdy. So I would take a look at those if I were you. They also had some of those seed starting, the peat pellets that we saw at the other location at the Lowe's, but they just had a ton of these. Now you'll notice they did not have any grow lights. Bulk seeds here. I didn't find bulk seeds at the other place, and they had a 25% off sale. So you've got green beans, corn, Super good sale there, something you might want to check out. You've got plum trees, pear trees. Can't vouch for the quality, but they're there. And you've got seed starting mix specifically here. So if you wanted to grab a bag of this with your seed starting kit, you'd be off to the races. Here's more of our, specific potting soil, specific organic goodies for seed starting inside. So this is inside right next to your seed starting kits. So you definitely are covered there as well. And here are the seeds, a wall of seeds, your typical brands. You've got Burpee, but they're having a sale. I did not notice that Lowe's was having a sale. So Tractor Supply's got 25% off. That's a pretty good deal. And there are lots of varieties here to get started with: flowers, herbs, vegetables. They had fairy morse as well. You can just see a ton of different varieties, and they've got everything. So I know in past seasons sometimes they've run out. Seeds have been very popular, but we're rocking and rolling here with these. And so these are some dormant plants. You've got canes. You looks like you've got some grapes and raspberries and different types of plants here for your planting if you wanted to plant out some dormant plants and get a head start. You have your asparagus canes here, your crowns here. You've got onion sets as well. And a lot of seed potatoes. The seed potatoes looked good. I cannot vouch for the quality because I haven't tried them before, but they all were very firm. So they were all in good shape. More seeds here. Just love it. You've got some herb seeds as well. Right here, you'll see. Sorry, guys. The pollen is really getting to me today. So lots of herb seeds here if you wanted to start your herb garden. Again, more fruit trees. These are more established fruit trees. They had apple, they've got peach. I think they probably have some plum out here as well. These are $39.99. It says they start at $39.99. I'm not sure how high they go up. I did not see anything other than that price. Here are your Bonnie strawberry plants. They're not as far along as the ones we saw before. Tomatoes, they have fewer plants, but they have basically the same ones that Lowe's had. They have the Roma, they have your 50-day early girls, they've got your celebrities as well. I believe they've got the red romaine lettuce. That's not a good deal. Your green romaine, that's not a good deal. All the same prices, $5.98 for a 6 pack. Curly kale, looks like these are some Brussels sprouts. Again, the 6 packs might be okay if you just don't want to start them yourself, but it's so cheap and so easy to start yourself. I would highly encourage you to do it. But if you're just ready to plant something and you need a plant now, or maybe you want to give it as a gift, this is a great way to do it. You've got your patio tomatoes as well here next to some collard greens, and I thought that was great. All of these plants look wonderful. You're also going to see right next to these collard greens, you're going to see these lettuce bowls, and we saw those at Lowe's, and they're here for the same price. They look great. They're really much too expensive for what they are. You could certainly grow these yourself. The rosemary is not a bad deal, uh, considering how big it is. So if you wanted to have a ready to go rosemary plant, that would be your way to go. Lots of black gold, lots of seed starting mixes, or like large bags for container mixes. You've got your choice here. As you saw before, they had peat moss, they've got lots of different organic garden soils, and they've got some soil that you can use for your in-ground planting. So I thought that was interesting. I don't see that very often for in-ground. Then this is other, raised bed gardening supplies here, all of your soils. And here was the vegetable starts, just so that you could see what they had. Now they did not have as many as Lowe's, maybe about half as many. I'm sure they're going to get more in as the weeks go on, but the plants that they do have now look good. They are the same price that you found at Lowe's. So this is pretty much it. It was a good trip. They really had a lot of great seed starting equipment or seed starting pods. That was really the impressive thing for me. So I hope you enjoyed this Tractor Supply trip so you can see what Tractor Supply has in store for you.